Took me so long getting back to my right mind.
Back up. I had to get back up. I can't take no loss. You better call back up. I'm running it down to finish. I don't play, get down to get it. Talk about that, come slide, I'm with it. Better see me now, on God, I'm litty.
I'm the coach. You're locked into the NFL on EA Sports. Straight ahead, we've got a good one in store between the Brooklyn Beats and the Chicago Cougars. I'll be back with you again with scores around the league at halftime. But kickoff right around the corner. And standing by to call the action, here are Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, thanks, Coach. EA Sports coverage of the National Football League. The children will groan. It's the final weekend of summer, but we've got the NFL, and we're underway on EA Sports. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And they'll be led out by the man running the show, Charles, their quarterback.
And what's a quarterback's best friend?
Balance?
I think you're right. I agree with you. You know, a lot of guys would say great receiver, right? A terrific offensive line. But I agree with you, balance, because if you can run the ball effectively, that just opens things up for guys who want to throw it and gives you easier passing lanes and easier coverages to read.
And they said balance will be a focus in this one.
Yeah, they don't want it all just heaped on his shoulders, I don't believe. I think they want to make sure they take some of the pressure off.
And this O-line, it is the lifeblood of the offense.
They establish the tone. Mean, nasty, physical. They can't wait to get after people. That allows the rest of the offense to feel confident.
To throw on second down. Hartley. And a quick throw here. That's complete. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down. A look there at the starters on the defensive side of the ball. Well, they were very strong in that victory from a week ago.
Have to admit, I was extremely impressed by what I saw. They ended up getting 4 sacks in the game, stayed in the face of the quarterback the entire time, made it difficult for him to step up and find receivers downfield.
And that's what they told us this week, that pressure on the QB is key. On third down, Hartley, and that is incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on third down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on third down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. And he'll give it here to his running back. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. And the big boys up front in the trenches. What do you think of the O-line, Charles?
I love them because this is a group that's so cohesive. They know what the man next to them is going to do at all times, and they operate as a terrific unit.
Firing quickly here, and that's complete. No gain that time on the completion, and it'll be third down. Time for a look at our starters here on defense. And they find themselves just outside the top 10 in the league against the pass, currently bringing up the number 11 spot.
And since this is such a good unit of covering passes downfield, I think that last play is typical of what we might see. A lot of short passes, see if they can generate some run after the catch, but nothing doing on that one.
Throwing is Allen on third. Got a man, it's right. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs. And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver, and you're aware of that before the game even begins. So throughout your practice sessions, you're going to want to be aware of him. Where is he lining up? What can he do? What kind of damage can he do to us downfield? And who can match up with him without weakening our overall defense? You're exactly right. It's a tough task to match up to him.
These are his numbers from last week's contest. 19 carries and even 60 yards and a touchdown.
They look like a team that really emphasized the running game in the offseason. They were going to build around it. Didn't matter if they were going to run gap scheme, power scheme, whatever. They've got a runner who finds yardage if you give him just a little bit of space.
Oh, he's able to outmuscle him here as he pulls it in. 23 yards the pickup there.
I have no crystal ball up here. I can't truly see into the future. But if they don't start getting some pressure on him, make him move around a little bit and do something with the receivers to, change up their timing, they're just going to get shredded as we've seen so far. Right now, they're off to a blazing start.
Yeah, and you are right. He looks way too comfortable back there in the pocket.
Yeah, there shouldn't be a pillow back there for him, all right? If as a defensive guy, they've got to dump him on his backside a few times, shake things up.
Now, they're going to need an in-drive adjustment here on this first series. The throw over the middle, taken in, and taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. Here we go. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break.
Here we go. 50, plant. In the face.
Operating from the red zone now. Allen. His throw caught at about the 5. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
Okay, I'm not so great at math, but I just looked over at our statistician, Marvin, and he signaled to me 5 for 5 to get things started here on this opening drive. Where I come from, that's pretty good.
That is pretty good. Now, what do you do defensively to adjust?
Well, this is where you've got to make a decision as a defensive coordinator. Do you really get after the quarterback, or maybe you tighten down on the receivers, bump them off of their routes, chip away at their timing so that things aren't as precise as they've been so far in this game?
On second and goal, Allen. And it's caught. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. A touchdown-saving tackle there. Now it's third and goal. Allen now on third and goal. Got his man, and it's caught for a Chicago touchdown. From a yard out, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. An ideal start for them, really. You force the punt, and then you go down and score.
And you've got to see a fist pump on the sideline from the head coach, don't you? Because he's turned into his bench, and he's telling his team, this is how we prepare. Force the punt, go downfield and score. I told you guys, it's just like a boxer in the gym preparing for the fight. Now we get to turn it all loose.
Point after, right down the middle. And it's now a 7-0 game. A 10-play drive that time. And it culminates in a touchdown for Chicago. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This will be fielded at the 6. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. So here are visitors to take over on offense. And on the first drive, 3 and out. I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
Looking to throw on second down. Hartley, quick hitter here. It's complete. And he just falls short down at the 1-yard line. A big play there on the catch and run. And even 60 yards. Excellent execution, and now they're set up nicely.
Are they ever? Red zone? I wonder what the next play call is going to be, because after a big play like that, a lot of teams like to use the momentum to launch another one.
After the big play, a chance to finish now on 1st and goal. Back to throw. Hartley. And it's caught. Touchdown. A 1-yard touchdown reception as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. There was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, nor was it necessary. His receiver won that route early, presented himself. No reason to wait. Go ahead and put it on him and score a touchdown.
Extra point attempt to follow here. It's good, and we're all tied at 7 apiece. The drive there only spanning 3 plays. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. Here's the Chicago offense coming back out onto the field. Good drive last time. Really effective passing the football. Do you maybe mix it up, now go to the ground game and surprise the defense a little bit?
I would anticipate the defense making some changes, but I wouldn't necessarily just absolutely go in the opposite direction. They're doing so well throwing the ball.
Yeah, well,
I wouldn't change it up until they showed me a reason to do so.
7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3. On second down, it's right, and he'll scratch out only about a yard up to the 32.
70, Indy.
On 3rd down, right. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. These two teams all tied after 1.
Ready?
Watch 57. Watch the flag. Watch the flag. Watch the flag. Watch the flag. Motion. Pop.
And a quick throw here, that's complete. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball, because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage, even though they completed the pass.
As good as a sack.
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the same credit for it, and it won't help them at contract time.
On 2nd down now. It's right. And he'll grab a gain of 5 out of this up to the 41-yard line. And this offense on 3rd down today, a perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. This will be 3rd and 6. Here's Allen to throw it. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. And this is going to hit the goal line and continue on into the end zone for a touchback. So here are visitors to take over on offense. The last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown. Now they'll have a chance to move out in front.
Yeah, let's give a big assist to the defense who got the ball back. The special teams went out there, handled things. They've got it. They've got momentum. I know they're eager to get out there and put it on display.
Throwing to start the drive. Hartley. And his throw's going to be incomplete. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. To throw again. Hartley. And he comes back with one complete. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. 11 yards there. First down. On first down, they'll run it on the draw play. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2.
Go. 91.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40.
50.
They'll look to throw for it on 3rd and 1. Over the middle, complete. It's Burns. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Defense was expecting run, and they're dealt a pass of over 15 yards.
Of course, the catch was nice, but how about what happened after? Able to stay on his feet and gain all that additional yardage. So many of these slot guys, I think, have running back in their background.
So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Looking to throw. Hartley. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he's taken down inside the 30. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays. And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him the football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit, but get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best and keeps him out of it where all the big boys are, you know, make him make someone miss in the open field.
Come on, set. 60 outlaw.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. A little antsy on the left side of the line.
Yeah, I think they got the guy in the end. I think they got the DN there on that one. And let's face it, he is so amped up, wanting to get a good get off on the snap. Jump too quickly.
To throw on 2nd down. Hartley firing quickly here, and that's complete. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. It's a nice pickup of 12 yards, and it gives them a 1st and goal.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook. But
and he'll take it into the end zone for a touchdown. A great effort there. His first touchdown here of the new campaign. And his guys have taken the lead.
I know we don't talk about it enough, but the intelligence level of the guys up front blocking, the offensive linemen, maybe the smartest guys in football overall. Add in a little bit of athleticism and a whole lot of toughness, you've got a lot to deal with, don't you?
That's why the guys in the backfield get them really nice Christmas gifts, right?
If they're smart, they do.
Extra point splits the uprights, and that makes the score 14-7. So that drive consumes 9 plays all told. And the capper that put it in the end zone, a run of 8 yards. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. That 7-0 lead of theirs short-lived as they've now given up 2 straight touchdowns to fall behind by 7.
Yeah, but no cause for discouragement here. Yeah, they've fallen behind, but haven't they proven that they can go down and score? So what was the formula that got them down there the first time? Get back to something close to that, and maybe they can get this game tied up.
A solid run on first down, gain of 7, leaves them with a 2nd and 3. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. Now, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. The offense on 3rd down, they've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3. Allen now looks to throw. Complete to Ray. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. 17 yards on the pickup there. The drive will continue.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
We've hit the 2-minute mark of the second quarter, 14-7. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. 16 yards is the pickup there and a first down for Chicago.
Now that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit because against man, it's often a tight curl, a sharply run route. Against zone, you're just looking for that open spot, that dead area, so you may curl it a little bit wider just to get to that place.
And usually a tight window. He fired a bullet in there for the completion. Allen now on first down. He's got his tight end on the corner route. It's complete. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
The beauty of route running is it doesn't matter what position, everyone's doing the same thing. In this case, tight end, selling the vertical route. Get the defensive back on his heels, break off for the corner. And with good timing, you get a completion as we just saw there.
On the double.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Wright's got it. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. Second and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down.
Let's go one more. Ready?
And again, it's Allen. That is caught at the 7-yard line. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6.
You can't get past me.
7th play of the drive now as they come up on a 3rd and 3.
I'm coming after that.
Again, they'll throw with Allen. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
And based on my math, they've only converted one time thus far in this game, so you can see the frustration starting to come out a little bit. 3rd downs, they've been a problem for them all game. They've got to start becoming solutions.
And his kick here is good. And they'll cut the lead back down to 4 now at 14-10. That drive took him inside the 10. Good job defensively to hold him to 3.
Yeah, I like how you did that. Give a little tip of the cap to the stop troops there because they didn't give up a touchdown in that situation, right? Made them kick the field goal. And, yeah, points went against them, but that feels a whole lot better running off the field.
This is taken at the 3. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. Now we get a peek at the captain of this offense heading back out there. He's played a pretty clean first half, a touchdown, no interceptions.
Frankly, that's what they expect out of him. They want to see the ball thrown and thrown well, and he's able to do that and put it in the end zone. They'd love to see more of that before this game finishes, but right now, he's got his team in a good spot.
A good spot, maybe looking for touchdown pass number 2 here in the second quarter. Now, the first play of the drive there is incomplete. Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10. Throwing again, Hartley. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away, and now it's 3rd. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. And now another one thrown incomplete. More problems here on 3rd down. They've converted only once so far in this first half.
And you know as well as I do in this league, if you don't win on 3rd down, it makes it hard to win a ball game because then you're relying on your defense, you're relying on your special teams. You've got to get it done with your offensive unit.
And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. This is taken at the 23. A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Here again comes the captain of this offense leading his crew back out there now. Been a decent start for him here in this first half, but they're losing. And I think as the captain of the offense, you probably always feel like you need to do more in that situation.
The best have always felt that way, and they won't settle for anything less. So right now his goal is to increase what he's doing on the field, try to make sure his teammates come along with him, and he feels like if I do better, everyone will do better. And that's what we're seeing from him right now. Got to have a little extra determination.
Yeah, a little extra determination. He has thrown the touchdown pass, no interceptions for him personally to this point. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. So we've reached halftime here in a 4-point game. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks. And welcome in everybody to our EA Sports Halftime Report. Time for a look around the NFL here in Week 3 of the new year. We'll get started out at Arrowhead Stadium in Kansas City. And it's the Chiefs who are out in front as they move towards halftime. The Chiefs trying to gut this one out as it would be a good victory for them if they could get it. From there, we head east to check out the Patriots at home in Foxborough. And it's the visiting Jets who have the lead in that one. The Jets seem to be on their way to what would be a good victory. Finally, let's get to the country music capital of the world and see what's happening with the Titans at home in Nashville. And they trail in that one as it's the visiting Jags who are out in front. The Jags locked in a tight one, but this is a game you feel they've got to have. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a back-and-forth first half. Who can put it together in the second half? For the answer, we turn it back over to our broadcast team of Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. This fielded at the 2. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
Let's go!
Here's the Chicago offense coming back out onto the field. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. A big play to start him out. Has him at the 45 already.
Here we go.
Going to give this time to the tailback. He's got the first down and more inside the 40. And he'll finally be taken down at the 2-yard line. A huge play there for Chicago. 54 yards. Trailing here in the third, and that run might just be the spark that this offense needs.
And don't you just get the sense that he's going around not just in the huddle, but looking over at the bench and saying, ball, give me the ball. Let me carry this thing home.
They come out with one back and 3 tight ends. After the big play, a chance to finish now on 1st and goal. They'll keep it on the ground. Right. And just a short gain that time as they're able to get him down. Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal. They'll run. This is Powell. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Chicago. A great play there. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And his guys are going to retake the lead. And nothing special there. They show they were going to run the football. They ran it. They got it in.
Like old-time football, right? Hey, this is exactly what we're going to do. Straight ahead power, and they got it done.
Extra point right down the middle. And it's now 17-14. The drive summary, 4 plays, 75 yards. And it culminates in a touchdown for Chicago. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. Now a man open down the middle of the field. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. That one a gain of 20 and a first down.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 47. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
Go, 8, read. 50 seconds to mine. Watch the curl, watch the curl, watch the curl. Shoot.
They'll run it now out of the gun. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to third down.
15, 1, 59. 57.
From the gun on third down. Hartley. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. They only needed 1 yard on third down. They get 10 instead by going to the air. Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on third and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
This quarterback now hitting on 2/3 of his passes, 10 for 15 so far, 1st and 10. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6. Looking to throw on second down. Hartley, that is caught at the 7.
Here we go on the set. Here we go. 58 to the ball. 58 to the ball.
Operating from the gun. Hartley, and it's caught. Touchdown. A 7-yard touchdown grab. And his guys have once again taken the lead. And he is a reliable target. They like to get him involved. They got him involved there for the score.
And they should. He's a very good player. Remember, they can use him in certain positions, so many different spots, and he usually comes through for them.
Now they'll line up to kick the extra point. It's up and good to make it 21-17. So that drive in total 8 plays. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. They had gotten the lead with the opening drive touchdown in the third quarter. Now they relinquish that lead back. Could be in for an interesting second half.
It certainly appears that way, doesn't it? Almost turning into one of those pendulum games, right, where it swings back and forth, and who's going to make the play that changes that maybe it puts it on one side and keeps it there.
They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a first down.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
So from the 36 now, first and 10.
You can't block me.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he puts his head down and gets up to the 42 for a gain of about 6. Throw left side complete. It's Bates. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And all of a sudden here, it's third down.
They completed the screen on the perimeter, but boy, that was textbook defense. Exactly as you're taught to play against a wide receiver screen, and they snuffed it out for a loss of yardage.
Go now. 60 outlaw. We own it. We own it. 52, ready?
Allen now on third down. Throwing left side, it's complete. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. 16 yards is the pickup there and a first down for Chicago. And he went in route there from the slot for the completion.
Love how he runs his routes because it's all setting up your defender. Give him a little something one way, take it the other way. Head and shoulder fake. Sometimes you make one step to the outside, then break it inside. Really well-run route.
So on the other side of the field now, it's first and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. To throw, it's Allen. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. Second down. After the incomplete pass, here now is second and 10. Now Allen. And it's knocked away and incomplete. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a third and 10. Allen to throw once more. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. And they get 10 yards there and convert on third.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. From the 34 now, here's first and 10. Now Allen again. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. Here's Allen. Pass incomplete. That pass just a little bit off. It looked like maybe he tried to force it in there.
Game speed, always different no matter what you do in practice. You can't simulate it, right? So your decision-making, everything has to be a little bit quicker. Sometimes it can throw you off until you adjust.
That'll back him up 2 yards and also bring up 4th.
I love the intelligence the defense just showed there. Read their keys, saw the screen developing, ran to it, and smothered it. What a third down stop by them.
So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. He hit his first. Now this one from 48 yards away. And his kick is good. And that'll bring him back within a point. So with that field goal, this one's now back within a field goal. Maybe not the ultimate result they wanted, but gets them that much closer.
This game is unfolding like a really good book, isn't it? Because I feel like there's a few more plot twists yet to be revealed before this one is over.
This one fielded at the 5. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. So here are visitors to take over on offense. I guess the good news as they start this drive is that they still do have the lead, Charles. If their defense hadn't been able to hold them to a field goal on the other side, they'd be down. But now it's about preserving that very small lead.
It is preserving and maybe stretching it out a little bit because if you're a starter on that side of the ball, I certainly hope you didn't loosen up your shoulder pads or start to cut the tape off because if you did it way too soon. They've got to go back out there with renewed vigor, for lack of a better term, and also a good plan. They need points, and they need them now.
It'll only be a gain of a yard, and it sets up a 3rd down and 4 now. From the gun on 3rd down, Hartley. Throwing the out route and complete. That's Burns. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. That one good for 16 as the drive continues. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. He'll let this go for the end zone. And is it a touchdown? No signal. No, they say incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. 2nd and 10. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in, and picks up the 1st down.
This quarterback now, a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. If nothing else, they've already taken a couple minutes off the clock here already as they come up 2nd down. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Defensively, they know the situation. They stack the line. Heck, that was a goal line set right there.
And it's the right play for them, exactly what they have to do. They want to take away every gap, every crack, and make sure no one can get through it. But here's the deal, though. You've worked on offense all year long about these types of defensive fronts. If they can penetrate it at all, your runner has a chance to go a long way behind.
It could be a house call.
Well, you know me, partner. I never tell them to back off of being aggressive, but sometimes you see the consequences when you're overly aggressive and you don't secure tackles. Guys break through.
Trying to sell out to pry that football loose, and just as you said, cost some yardage.
Hey, you got to go get him. Stand him up first before you go for the ball. Don't just go for it initially.
Ready?
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up second down. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. A 6-yard pickup on the ground that time, and that'll make it 3rd and 4 coming up. This a big play for both sides. What will we see here? 3rd and 4. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he gets the first down yardage he needs before he's brought down at the 6. So it's our visitors with the football as we get you reset. They've got it 1st and goal as they search for what could be a game-sealing touchdown. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. Absolutely nobody fooled there. He's going nowhere fast as he stopped behind the line of scrimmage. Now from the 7, here's 2nd and goal. Now it looks like he'll throw here. Throwing right, and that's complete. They'll wind up getting 7 on the completion, but they'll still be faced now with a 3rd and goal situation. They've been so good on 3rd down all day long. Can they convert another here? And he is into the end zone for a touchdown. A great effort there. With 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And his guys find a way to stretch that lead.
Well, that was absolutely ideal for them, wasn't it? Trying to salt this game away. I think one of my kids just graduated in the amount of time they had the football. That was absolutely impressive.
Everybody wants those salt-away-the-game drives. What makes them successful?
Well, when you're able to mix run-pass, when you're able to control the football and stay ahead of the chains, I'm using every cliche I know, but that's how you get it done because you're not taking negative plays, and that way you're able to run what you want to run when you get a chance to call it.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is taken at the 3. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. The situation for him offensively as follows. Down by 8, just over a minute 40 to play. They need a touchdown and, of course, the 2-point conversion as well.
Down. 70, Indy. Get it. Go.
Back to throw. Wide open receiver complete. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. They'll look to throw.
Partner, they're clearly saving those time.
And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off inside the 5. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, they needed the touchdown and the 2-point conversion, but they're not going to get a shot at either. This is a great play here defensively, Brandon, and at a time that they sorely needed one. And that could be enough to help get them out of here with a victory.
So here are visitors to take over on offense. And checking the timeouts, they do have 2 defensively, but no real need to use them as they're not going to be able to stop the clock after that.
57. Yeah. Man left, man left. 3 down.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll find a little space. He gets us up near the 10. Now a second timeout called for by the defense. as it comes with 1:04 left to go in the game. So they come up on second down. If they can get another run like we just saw, would likely put an end to this thing. And to give this time to the tailback. And a short pickup here as he'll get across the 10 to the 11-yard line. Now the defense will burn their third and final timeout as it comes with exactly a minute to go in the football game. A big play, 3rd and 2. This crowd dying for a stop. And a quick throw here that's complete. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. It's a gain of 15, and that ought to just about put an end to this one. And this defense, they needed that one more stop to have any chance, but that completion, that's likely going to seal their fate.
And you could hear it in your voice, that one more stop.
I feel their pain.
Oh, it was so important. They just didn't get it done. Wow, what a way to finish this one off.
Let's go, tight end. Let's go right here now. Hit it.
They go down to a knee and a sigh of relief as they are into the win column for the first time this year. So this crowd will not go home happy. It's a victory for our visitors. And I know I'm not breaking any news when I say that any road win in this league is a good one.
No doubt.
But it's a double bonus when you